Hello everyone, Miss Christina here, and I will be helping you guys throughout this entire thing. So on the screen right now, you should see quite a few things. I'm not sure where I'm going to be putting it, but it's going to be on one of these sites. Anyways, there's timestamps right there on everything we're going to touch today. It's going to be quite a few things like Xodo Kami, what proper annotations and gist would look like. And sí, voy a estar traduciendo en español cuando estoy hablando. Padres, si están mirando este video, es porque quieren ver cómo están los estudiantes en la clase. Otra vez voy a tener los timestamps, los tiempos en el lado aquí, si van a ir directamente a ese tiempo para ver esas cosas. Again, yes, I will be translating in English and Spanish. I'm mostly going to be hitting the key points in Spanish as I do this, so do bear with me. The timestamp should be on the screen right now throughout the entire thing, and I'm also going to be putting it in the description of the video below. So watch the description below if you want to get to something specifically. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy this video. Hope it helps you a lot. Welcome everyone. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the annotations online. So this basically means that how we're going to be writing. So if we were in class, we will be doing the following. We'd be doing this, which is on paper. We'd be writing on the paper. But unfortunately, a lot of people are doing this online because we have to. So I still want students to get that practice of writing on a document. So how we do that is by annotating, gisting, inferencing, writing down definitions of words. Students are still expected to do that, and this is how I expect them to get it done. They can use two different programs. They can use two different programs to do this. It can be either Xodo, which you see on the screen right now. It is Xodo.com. This takes you to this website. You can just click on launch now, and it'll take you right to this page over here. The other one that we can be using is Kami, Kami. This is the actual location right here. It is web.kamihq.com, or if you just click on kamiapp.com, it should take you there. Or let me see, what was it? There it is, yes, kamiapp.com, and just click on sign in. Student, you should have an account to sign in or sign up. That's the reason why I like Xodo. You don't need an account. If you just need to type on a document, there it is. Kami, you do need an account, and there's a longer process to do that, and I wanted students just to be able to type. So I started students off on Xodo, but I do get it. There are some pain points with Xodo. It's not perfect. And right now, let me just translate a few of the key parts in Spanish. So, lo que estamos haciendo ahorita es anotando y escribiendo en línea. Y es un poco difícil de explicar porque primero, si estamos en la escuela, entonces se miran así. Pero ahorita el papel, no queremos que estudiantes entreguen papeles o pasen papeles porque hay riesgo de contractar la virus. So, instead, lo que vamos a estar haciendo es anotando en línea. Y hay dos programas que estudiantes pueden usar. Xodo o Kami. Y dos son programas que pueden anotar en línea. Xodo es el más simple porque no necesitan que poner claves o cualquier cosa, nomás poner el documento arriba y anotar. Kami sí necesitan a cuento y les voy a enseñar cómo hacer eso. So again, all you need to do for Xodo is just drag and drop the document in. Kami, you do need an account, but it's the same process. The tools are very similar between each other. I'd say that Xodo is more straightforward, but it does have its issues, like sometimes it doesn't save right or sometimes it doesn't load right. Kami is more reliable, but it requires an account and all that and trial, and I'll explain it later. Anyways, right now I'm going to be using Xodo. I was showing you both of them, but right now let's focus on Xodo. But I will show you how to upload a PDF into here. So this is something we do use for class, but it's not something that I want to be showing you the classroom and all that. But let's say that we have this. This is something that was life work for students. So this is something I literally just found the document in my right here. Normally what students would do is download it from here. Like I would attach it right here. They would go to view the assignment and then they would click on the document and then download that. Unfortunately, I don't have that to show you right now. but I can show you what it would look like. Let me see. So they would click on the document. It would pop up here as a PDF file. They would click on download on the top right. Again, on the top right. I don't know if you can see that, but it is right there. You click on download and it downloads it to your computer. Just got to click on, go to downloads, click on save. I already have it there, so I'm not going to download it again. But once you do, you can do one of two things. So one, you can click on local file and it searches your computer to see where your files are. I'm going to go ahead and click on the same one I just did. And it uploads it directly. And now you can write on this. I'll show you all the tools in a minute, but there's a second way. So I showed you that first. If you just go on your downloads folder and click and drag that on there where it says drag and drop a file here. Same thing. Let me show you guys. So this is an example of completely annotated work that we were working on 2 weeks ago. And I want you to notice the difference between these are my examples. This is what I wrote. This is what I annotated. This is what I expected from my students 2 weeks ago. And this is an example of student work from just last week. So notice how it's color coded now. Everything is now color coded. You see things are underlined. These things are what feed these other things. You'll notice arrows going through them because these things are defining the other things. The blue are definitions. The purple are inferences. The green are gisting. So, padres, lo que están mirando ahorita son el producto de estudiantes. So, todo está en diferentes colores porque todos tienen algo específicamente lo que van con ellos. De enseñarles. A ver, lo escribí aquí. Sí. So, lo azul es definiciones. Lo verde es cosas de escribir como gist statements, como qué es lo más importante. Va en verde. Y lo que los estudiantes están pensando de los caracteres es en, ¿cómo se dice? Purple. So, esto es el ejemplo de lo que expecto por estudiantes, porque eso es lo que estudiantes están haciendo ahorita. Esto es el ejemplo de el trabajo de un estudiante. So, this is what I expect from you guys by now, because we've taught it, because we've gone over it, because you've worked with it, with your partners. Estudiantes están haciendo estos con los compañeros también. So again, that was Xodo. Let me show you Kami real quick. And I will be having to create an account since this is my streaming account. So if I go with Google and I just go with my Gmail account right here, it asks for a bunch of permissions. I'm going to allow it. And I'm there. You would be clicking your role. You would be clicking on student. I'm going to go with teacher. I'm going with that. What's the name of your school? And let me see, what was the zip code of this school? If you just type that into Google, Cape Connect Houston Middle School zip. There it is, 77074. You won't have to do this because you're going to be using the student account. And I will have a free 90 days account here. So again, this is for me. This is the teacher version of it, but it's incredibly similar to your version of it. So let me see if I can show you what happens when you sign in. So this would be a student signing in. This is what they'll see. This is exactly what they'll see. The only difference is that it'll say student over here. So from here, what you guys need to do, similar to Xodo, you can open it from your computer. You can just drag it in here. I'm going to click on open from computer. It takes me to my downloads folder, and I'm going to click on exactly the same file, LifeWorks student copy, right here. And same thing. It's a blank document because this is directly what I downloaded from here. Padres, lo que están mirando ahorita es otro ejemplo de lo que pueden usar para escribir en línea. Esta era la primera, esta es la otra alternativa. So no, I'm not going to run that OCR. I'm not even going to worry about that. Don't worry about OCR. So ahorita están llenando todas las cosas. So deje decir que, let's say that this is, so parents, this is an example of what not to turn in. This is incomplete work. If your student is seeing this right now, that means that they didn't do anything on it. That means that I don't know what they're thinking. That means that they're not showing their work. That means that they are just turning in blank work. That's the equivalent of turning in a blank test. Don't do that. Padres, lo que están mirando ahorita es algo que está, es lo que, algo como ejemplo de que yo les dé a tarea y se mira así, entonces es algo malo porque no han hecho nada. No me están escribiendo lo que están pensando o no están enseñando su trabajo. Otra vez, así es lo que debe de estar. Todo anotado con solo lo que están pensando y en colores que dice aquí. So, parents, again, be sure that your student is following the color coding. This is what it should look like. And now let's focus on, let's say that it's done. Let's say that it's done. Yes, I will show you the tools, guys. I will show you the tools, but since I've already shown it so many times, I'm going to wait for that to the end. But let's say that you're done. Let's say you're done. There are two ways to do this from Xodo. Yes, going back to Xodo, there are two ways to do this. One is to click on save on the top left over here. See if I can make that a little bit bigger. So yes, save up here. If you don't see that little computer icon, you click on the little down arrow triangle right here, and you look for it right here. It should be the first thing you see right here though. So if you don't see any of it, there's a second way, but let's say we do. We click on save right here and it's downloading it. There it is. So if I click on that, that is my work. I scroll down. Yep, that's the work I did. I'm going to turn that in. So the second option is the three triangles, the menu option all the way, or the three circles all the way on the right hand side. You click on that and you click on print. This is a trick. This is a trick. Instead of your destination printer that you might have at home, you change it to save as PDF. Change it to save as PDF and click on save. It's going to ask you, how do you want to name this document? It's going to give you like a bunch of weird numbers. I recommend changing that to what this assignment was called, such as this right here, life work, student copy, and all that. And then it says it already exists. Yeah, let's just replace it. Let's just replace it. There we go. Now it's downloaded it. If I want to check it, I would go here to my downloads folder, and it's right there, the one that I downloaded exactly at that same time. So I click on it twice to get it to open up, just to make sure that I am downloading that same thing. Let me put it up here instead. Yep, it looks good. It's all my work. Yes, I saved it. I have it. Now I can turn it in. But first, let me show you on Xodo. Let me show you on Xodo. And now that's popping up. Okay, so let's say that this is incomplete work. I don't want to turn this in. So let me, instead of doing that, let me upload a different file. Let me show you the completed work. That way we're not confusing anyone. There we go. This one. Yep, completely completed. Chapter 3. That's all done. It looks pretty. And it is fully completed. So what I would do now is click on download. Yes, download again. I'm not going to hit save because that's just going to save it on Kami. And I need to turn this in Google Classroom. So I'm going to click on download and it's going to give me a few options. I want to download, I want to export it. That's Kami's language. Yes, I'm going to export it to your computer with all the annotations, That is important because if you just hit on original, it's not going to work. It's going to be blank. It's going to be the same thing I gave you. With annotations only, it's only going to give you the few words that you wrote over here. I want it with all the annotations. Basically, the same thing as Xodo. So just click on that, the file name. You can leave it as that. You don't have to change anything here. Make sure. So it should already select all pages. If you change anything like down here, change it back to pages. Again, your computer with all annotations. Show me all the pages and begin your export. It's going to say that it's downloading, it's processing, and it should show something saying that it's done. There it is. It should show you this down here saying that it downloaded. But again, you can always go to your download folder. If you're on a Chromebook, same thing. You just click on the little file on the bottom, and then you look for your downloads folder. And there we are. That's exactly what I downloaded. You know that's the right file because it says Kami export. It says Kami export. This is directly from Kami. Xodo shows me this. Kami shows me this. Exactly the same file. Exactly the same work. So again, that is Kami. That is Xodo. How to download how to download something from Xodo. Padres, lo que miraron ahorita es cómo salvar lo que están haciendo, salvar su progreso y para entregarla en Google Classroom. Si necesitan que los estudiantes traducen para ustedes, eso sí también sirve. So again, students, if your parents are watching this with you, just translate for them, like a lot of the key points right here, how to do it, make sure that it's done. All right, moving on to the next thing. Now that you have your work, you want to upload it. You want to turn it in. And it's a lot more complicated than it sounds, because you're not just clicking on a button and now magically I have your work. Padres, cuando los estudiantes están entregando el trabajo, es un poco complicado. So, por favor, pongan atención porque es diferente de lo que han hecho antes. So let's say that a student is finished with this work right here, 920 or 949. Don't worry about this date. This is just a sample assignment. So let's go with right here, add or create. You finished the work. It's in your folder. You found it and it looks nice. You know you're done. You have everything written down. You're going to click on add or create. You don't just click on mark as done. Because I don't have your work here. There's nothing here. How do you magically want me to check work that if you don't show me what the work is? This is like showing me, Mr. Messina, I finished my work. Are you seeing this? I'm not. Is there something there? This is exactly like giving me a piece of air. You have to add your work. Click on add or create. Click on file. Don't click on link. A link to your Kami, like this right here, like this. Don't send me this. I don't have access to your account. This is under your account. I don't have access to that. I need you to download it from Kami. Download. This is why I said don't save it. Download it. So you download it. You go to upload. Insert files using upload. Then browse. Similar to how you put it on Xodo or Kami, you would put it on here. So let's say this Kami export. Let's say it was a Kami one. Let's click on Kami export. The one we downloaded from Xodo will work just as well. Let's click on open. It's uploading it. It's uploading it to your assignment right here. Wait for it to load. And it should be done in a few seconds. There it is. I'm going to click on it. I'm not just going to click on turn in. I'm going to click on the assignment to make sure that it's good. So does it look good? Does it look exactly like the one that you downloaded? Yes, this is my work, Mr. Messina. This is what I want to turn in. Okay, now I'm going to click off of it. You can, of course, always click on the little back arrow right here to close. And then click on turn in. That will show me this. If there's nothing here and you just click on mark as done, again, you're showing me error. Padres, es muy importante que los estudiantes me enseñan el trabajo. Si nomás ponen mark as done, si nomás ponen eso, me están enseñando algo invisible. No puedo verla. No veo nada. Y les voy a mandar para atrás que vas a poner un 0 aquí, ahí, hasta que me enseñes el trabajo, porque no me estás enseñando nada. And yes, I will be putting a 0 in until you actually show me the work, because I can't see the work. Padres, tienen que ponerle a file. De allí es lo mismo de lo otro. Van a upload, van a browse y tienen que ponerle la file que ponieron de lo que estaban trabajando en Kami o Xodo y de allí tienen que checarla. So van para abajo y se miran que tienen todo así, entonces está bien, pueden ponerle a turn in y luego eso es lo que yo voy a ver. Si no veo nada aquí, entonces me dice que no hay nada, no veo nada. Y voy a poner un 0 ahí hasta que veo el trabajo actual. Okay, and that is it for turning in your work. Now let me show you the tools. Because again, I have shown you guys how to do this. I'm going to be going a little bit faster. If you want to watch the entire video of me like doing this, I will be putting it in the description below as well. So, padres, si quieren, esto es algo, va a ser un poco rápido, enseñándole los estudiantes cómo hacer todo, cómo escribir en línea, porque ya les he enseñado cómo hacer esto muchas veces. Si quieren ver el video que está más larga, entonces lo voy a poner en la descripción, el video de mí haciendo todo. So again, me doing everything, So let's say that this is our assignment. This is our assignment. Actually, let me see if I can put in a different one. I'm going to see if I have this this student example. That way I can show you guys. 2 to 3. There we go. So right here, a loft. So let's say I'm going to start off this assignment and I need to, well, let me reset the size right now. Reset the size of my screen. That way I'm showing you guys in a better view. So let's say a loft. I'm just looking up words right now. That way in my reading, I don't have to look them up. So let's go with a loft. So how you write these annotations, these little sticky notes right here, is by clicking on the T right here. This is free text. You click on free text, and if you show it like it's highlighted right here, you click on it one more time, and now you can change the background color. I'm going to go with the black text color, and I'm going to change the fill color. That's this third option right here. This fill color, you know that's fill color when it says right there, and I'm going to change that to blue. And I'm just going to start clicking and dragging. Let me delete that. Click and drag a little bit bigger. There we go. And I just made a little post-it note right here. To type on it, I click on this. I click on it twice quickly, and it lets me type my text in here. So, a loft. I'm not sure what that is. So what I'm going to do is look it up. No sé qué es la palabra aloft. Eso es la primera cosa que yo hago. Es definir... A ver, ¿dónde está? Aquí. No sé qué es esa palabra, so la voy a mirar. ¿Qué es? So, aloft in Google. Aloft definition. Whoops, I forgot the T. Aloft. Up in the air, overhead. And I'm going to read a little bit about that to see which one. Because there's two definitions it's giving me here. Holding the cat aloft. So I'm going to think that it means in the air. And I'm going to draw an arrow. So now that I have this post-it note, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I don't need all that. And now I'm going to click on the shape tools. This is the second thing. Para ponerle un arrow, tengo que ponerle aquí en la box right here. Y luego I move it here, arrow. And I'm going to click that to right there, because that's the definition for that. Yes, you will notice that we use a lot of arrows here, because when we're saying something, we want to know exactly what we're saying it for. That's one of the reasons for the color coding. That's one of the reasons for the arrows. See this? This just came from that underlining, and so on and so forth. But that was the first one. That was the definitions. So now let's work on let's go with gist. So notice that these are in green. So I'm going to click on the T, click on it again, and change the post-it note to green. Now you'll notice that when I do that, make a box, it's now in green. If you made a mistake and it's like gigantic right here or somewhere you don't want it, you can click on it. You can resize it by clicking the edge and like just moving it bigger or smaller. Or let's say you don't want it at all, you can just click on it and click on the little trash icon, and it completely removes it. A second way to do that is by clicking on the little mouse tool right here. Like, let me show you an example of when you would do this. So let's say it's like really tiny like that and you're having a problem clicking on it. You would click on the mouse tool and you would make like a box right there which selects everything that you select. Like it selects those two things. If I want to delete both of them, I backspace that, but I don't want to. Let's say I want to delete all three of these boxes at the same time, or these two boxes at the same time. Let's go with these two. I just click on backspace or delete, and they're both gone. That's when you would do it that way, when you want to delete multiple things. So let's say this right here. I want to make a gist statement for this entire page right here. I'm not going to be talking about exactly what you should be writing, but I will be talking about this. When you're gisting, make sure that you're giving me the key details from the story, just the most important part. No little details, nothing that was minor. You're trying to tell me the most important thing in as few words as possible. That's what it means to gist. So, Beetle, that's our character, liked to watch a cat. That's about it, guys. The gist is who and what. Who, Beetle, what does she like to do? Watch a cat. So, Beetle liked to watch a cat. Bam. It's not complicated, guys. It's just your quick thinking. Just your quick thinking. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes Xodo does some things like that, like it just glitched out for a second. Just zoom in, zoom out. When you refresh though, let me show you what happens when you refresh. Oh no, all my work is gone. That's why Xodo is a little bit tricky to use. That's why I say that, yep, see, anything I did just now is completely gone. I didn't save it, I didn't download it. All my work is gone. So Kami does give you the option to save your work as you do it. So for example, let me show you an annotation that I'm doing here. I'm gonna make a text box. I'm gonna make it green, or sorry, green. I wanna make it blue. There we go. There are options for more colors here. And if I tell you to make something red or green, this is where you would do it. And yes, that was Kami. I'm moving away from Kami now. So again, the most important tools we're going to be using is the free text and the shape tools. Now going to Kami. Kami's a little bit trickier and I'm not too familiar with it, but I have used it a lot in the past. I haven't used it a lot this year. So let me get right into it. So let's say that I'm going to write my definition over here. Same thing that I have. Aloft means up in the air. There we go. And I'm going to make that box a little bit smaller. I'm going to change that text. I'm going to change that text to black, and I'm going to change the background of that to blue. There we go. That's exactly the same as I would have done over here. See the cat over here? Exactly the same as I would have done. Let me do it again, just to have that down, just so you can see the comparison. There we go. Up in the air. I'm even going to draw the arrow there so you can see a direct comparison. Up in the air. Now I'm going to go to the drawings here. Well, not drawings, shape tool. There we go. It's not an arrow, but it's a line. It'll work. It works, guys. You can even make the drawing over here. Same thing. There it goes. Same thing with Kami. It also has like a shape, like a drawing tool over here somewhere. And again, it works. It's not perfect, but it works. So right here. Not that one. This is the one I'm showing you guys. So yeah. It also has a draw tool over here. It's not perfect, but again, it works. So use either one. Just show me where your thinking is going to. So, padres, eso lo que les están enseñando son las diferentes cosas que pueden usar los estudiantes para anotar en línea. So, aquí era la de Xodo, aquí es el de Kami. So, and yes, I am providing both supports right now. I'm translating in the meantime. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So, yes, that was two of the main tools that you're going to be using. Again, if you want to rewatch this video, like I made the text box, I know that this was very quick if you're using Kami. But again, I just made a text box. I'm just clicked on the color, and yeah, you can probably change the color. For text box, I'm just gonna go with basic black. So I'm gonna go with bedeviled. Now I'm trying to do it for bedeviled. Actually, no. I want to make the gist down here that I made for this over here. So beetle. Likes to watch a cat. So Beetle likes to watch a cat. Remember, that was our gist. And what color is gist? You should have said green. I didn't hear you. I'm not going to do that. But yes, that is going to be in green. So if I click on this right here, it gives me a bunch of things up here. I'm going to focus on the background color, and I'm going to change that to green. I'm going to make it a light color. Yeah, green. There we go. Because if I make it too dark, like you noticed over here, the blue, you can barely read it. If it's like that, and you have so I'm going to go with a lighter color. That's just a quick tip. There it goes. You notice that this is underlined, but don't worry. Beetle is the character's name, so don't worry about the red. But yes, I'm going to go with that. Beetle likes to watch a cat. And notice that I forgot to do something. I forgot to tell you where this comes from. So Beetle likes to watch a cat. And all of this is about the cat. Pretty much all of this is about the cat. And now I'm going to draw an arrow from here to about here, because that's the most important one that I got it from. Beetle likes to watch the cat. So Beetle likes to watch a cat. And I'm going to change that slightly. Because yes, you might notice that as you're writing, like it grows, it changes. Likes to watch and feed a cat. I'm going to go with that. And both of this is from right here and right here. She gave him bits of bread and cheese. That supports my gist right here. And now what I can write down is something else. Something else. Let me show you. Let me draw it. Or let me make the text box right now. And you can tell me which color it should be in. Beetle is kind to animals. Would that be a definition, a gist, or an inference? You should have said an inference. Because these are my thoughts, my opinions, or what I think about the character, or what her feeding a cat tells me about her character. I'm inferring this. I'm thinking that these two are related. That this shows me that. And this is supported by that. That's why the lines are important. Because this should always, like, the inferences you're making should always be supported by something that happens in the story. So that was that, guys. That was that. That was how to use Xodo. That was how to use Kami. That was the entire process. If you want to see your grades, the last thing I will talk about is grades right now. So, padres, la última cosa que voy a estar hablando es cómo checar los grados que tienen ahorita los estudiantes en la clase. So what you got to do is go to classwork. Once you're in classwork, let me make this a little bit bigger. You click on view your work. Again, classwork and view your work right here. This is for your ELA class only. Your other classes might not have this grade, but your ELA class does. Padres, lo que estudiantes tienen que hacer es entrar a su Google Classroom de ELA y de ahí ir a classwork y ponerle a view your work. Ahí les dice todos los diferentes proyectos que han hecho, los assignments y todo. Y también les dice el grado. So students, right here, you will see all the work you have done for me. For me, it should be like 20 different assignments. Yes, we've been at school for over a month now. It is a lot. And if you fall behind, that's the more that's going to be stacking up on you over and over and over. So, estudiantes, pongan atención, porque ya estamos en clase. Hemos estado en clase por más de un mes. Parents, students, ha sido un mes y estamos, y hay unos 20 diferentes cosas que hemos hecho en clase. Y todos ya deben estar entregados. Lo más que no hacen, lo más que van a tener que hacer otra vez. Repetir, terminar. Y va a ser más y más y más, porque siempre vamos a estar continuando. We'll always be continuing, guys. It's not going to stop at 20. By the end of the year, it will be way larger. But right here should be your current up-to-date grade. If I have graded the assignment you turned in. There are a few different things that you can see right here. Padres, hay unas diferentes cosas que pueden mirar aquí, que dice diferentes cosas, pero todos deben de, si las ha poner un grado, dice un grado aquí. So if I have graded it, it says that there's a grade right here. There's a grade right here. Another thing that I could say is assigned. If it says assigned, that means that you've turned it in. You've done the work, you've turned it in, but the teacher hasn't graded it yet. So again, assigned means that the student turned it in, but it's not graded yet. Missing means the student hasn't turned in the work. They either didn't do it or they haven't attached the work yet and clicked on turn in. If they don't click on turn in, then it's just going to stay like that. They have to turn in the assignment by attaching the assignment and then clicking on mark as done or turn in. And then it'll go to assigned and it'll stay like that until the teacher grades it, and then it'll give you a grade. That's how you do that. So, padres, hay unas diferentes cosas que esto puede decir. Missing es que no han entregado la cosa. No han entregado el assignment, el classwork, y va a decir esto. No lo han hecho o no lo han entregado. Si dice assigned, quiere decir que lo hicieron, o siquiera nomás ponieron done aunque no hicieron nada del trabajo. Si ponieron done, entonces yo los mando para atrás y les digo que no tengo el trabajo. Voy a poner un 0 hasta que me enseñes el trabajo. Y otra vez, miren esa parte del video otra vez para saber cómo hacer eso. So, and yes, if you turn in blank work, I'll be leaving it as a 0. I'll just tell you this work is blank. I'm putting in a 0 until you give me the actual work. Y últimamente, el grado. So, ponieron la cosa aquí. Ahí tienen el PDF attached. Pero no tienen, ¿cómo se dice? No tienen una cosa o falta otra cosa o no hicieron todo. Entonces, le doy un grado dependiendo en eso. Si hicieron todo bien, si todo está bien, todo está requerido, lo que debían entregar es 100%. Los estudiantes saben cómo que todo es acumulado. Si una parte de esto no está hecho, entonces el grado va para abajo. Si no habían just statements, entonces vaya para abajo por 25% y así nada. O si no terminamos, si no hay nada por la última cosa, entonces una página, ustedes comprenden. So students, if you're missing even one part of this, then your grade goes down accordingly. Y'all know how I work. Y'all know how I work. So, eso es todo. I hope that this has helped you guys out. I will be showing you guys this. I'll be putting it on the Google Classrooms. I'll be putting it on my channel. Hopefully this has helped you, and hopefully that this gets you where you need to be, because I honestly do want you guys to be successful this year as most as you can, because remember, we can't use paper right now. So the next best thing is to use digital. So, padres, espero que esto les ayude a comprender cómo hacen las cosas en mi clase, porque recuerden que no podamos usar papel ahorita, aunque eso es lo que siempre hacemos. Eso es la próxima cosa que está bien. Eso es la next best thing. Y esto es algo que yo sé que estudiantes no están, antes de este año nunca han hecho en línea, pero estamos tratando y los estudiantes sí me están enseñando que sí entienden. Ellos están listos para esto. Students, you are ready for this. I know last year you didn't do anything like this, but you are ready, you are capable, and by watching this video, you are even more capable. I trust you guys to do this. I have faith that you guys are capable of doing this to fidelity, with quality, and turning it in, because you guys are doing great in my class if you're up to date to right here. This is how you do great. This is how you become great this year, guys. That's it. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. If you watched the beginning of the video, those are my channel links. If you guys need more videos or more help with anything, thank you for watching. Padres, si miraron cuando empezó la video, había unos links abajo que dice de cómo contactarme y diferentes cosas. Por favor, pregúntenme cosas, ahí voy a estar. Bye. Have a great day.